In the last 24 hours, Iran's supreme leader threatens Israel and the United States with a crushing response over the Israeli attack, as we're hearing that Iran has now threatened the United States directly in the last 24 hours. Now, this comes as we're seeing the adversaries of the United States beginning to unify. Take a look. We saw Iran and Russia. They are closing in on a deal as Tehran threatens revenge against Israel. And now also, I'm going to be sharing with you the latest articles and video footage coming out on this, that the supreme leader of Iran has threatened the United States directly. And take a look. Here's another article that says America's foes are uniting. Its friends should too. The United States, should they also unify with their allies, as we're seeing our adversaries, China, Iran, Russia, North Korea, unifying in their efforts against the United States and their allies. And take a look at this coming out also today. Russia's Medvedev warns the United States to avoid World War III. This is directly relating to Russia and the United States. So there is a lot going on. I'm going to be sharing with you the latest articles and video footage so that way you can see it for yourself. And if you appreciate that, the United States is receiving a direct threat from the supreme leader of Iran. And we are hearing that retaliatory attacks are going to be coming. And now we're hearing threats to the U.S. This is their new strategy to help get content out further. In the last
So you have civil tensions at an all-time high within, all right, and then without, you have these global tensions, all right, at an all-time high as well. All right, I'm going to give all praises, glory, honor, and power that's due to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders, all right, the apostles at Great Millstone, those who rule well and I learned this truth from. All right, salutations to the brothers stiffly pushing this one truth in all sincerity and diligence, risking your lives and freedoms to do so. All right, and shalom to the rest of the elect. It's your brother Hagabar back at you again with another lesson, touching on the fact that we're definitely at the end of this man's rulership, man. All right, we're at the end of this corporation of America, Babylon the Great. All right, and you see that for the simple fact that we know the election is 2 days away. All right, we'll be anticipating the results of the election come Wednesday. All right, and that's if something doesn't happen to where they delay the results. We just got to wait and see. But nonetheless, we have the civil tensions within America, Babylon the Great at an all-time high, man. Okay, these families are torn politically. Okay, you got the wife voting one way and the husband voting another way. And, you have all these videos going out, pretty much if Kamala gets in office, it's a wrap. If Kamala gets in office, man, that whole stage January 16 is going to pale in comparison to what's going to come down the pipeline, man. All right. And it's pretty evident at this point, that these devils are looking to create civil unrest and chaos. OK, for the simple fact that, we've never lived through a presidency campaign to where, you've had multiple assassination attempts, on a particular candidate's life. You know what I'm saying? And you have all the hysteria built up around this election, man. I mean, tensions are at an all-time high. You could pretty much cut it with a knife, a butter knife at this point, man, dealing with these tensions, okay? And, we got to wait and see how, the results of this thing play out. But it's no coincidence, that we had this election, all right, and all the tensions surrounding this election at the same time to where you have nations like Iran threatening to retaliate against Israel. All right, and threatening to attack the U.S. America, Babylon the Great. Okay, when they get involved. Okay, because it's not a matter if. All right, we know that this place is already involved. They move in lockstep with those JOOs, man. So let me grab this precept, okay, because we're at that point in time, in history to where all hell is about to break loose, man. You people get lulled back to sleep every time the Most High hits this place with like we just had the port strike not too long ago, caused you people to start panicking, shaking in your boots. Before that, we had the 911 outages. We had, all these various cyber attacks and events, but you people go back to sleep. Okay. And we've been warning you that, hey, the time is coming, man, where when these devils, pull the big one, it's not going to go back to normal. It ain't going to be no going back to sleep and, closing your eyes and turning a blind eye to it, man. And, it ain't nothing for these devils to blame a cyber attack or an EMP strike on one of these other nations, okay, Iran, Russia, China, right, North Korea around this time. Oh, well, we couldn't, we had to do this or we had to shut this down, blah, 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 because, this attack, right? And we know more cyber attacks and more things like that are coming, man. We're just in that time frame. See, and that's why we go out and warn you knucklehead Israelites, man. Hey, if your ass don't repent, there's nothing good coming down the pipeline, man. Right? And especially if Trump loses, if that's how they want to play their cards, if they get Kamal up in there, man, it's gonna be a whole bunch of fucking retaliation against you trolls, man, and especially against you women. Very the same ones that a lot of you Keishas are going down there to vote for Kamala Harris because she's a so-called woman of color, blah, blah, blah. We know a lot of these moles, et cetera, is going to vote for, due to those simple reasons, which they don't even understand what she's seeking to do, all right, or yet alone what she's done for these people. Hey, man, well, that's going to be the same reason, what I'm saying, why your Proud Boys, okay, these diehard patriots, these are going to target you, man. We got to wait and see, but I could see through the spirit. If they get Kamal up in there, hey, I mean, shit, man, it's pretty much, you can pretty much stick a fork in this shit, man. But then again, we know that whoever faces up in there is going to still lead, all right, to all hell breaking loose in this place, man. Okay, everything's built up. Okay, this is Ezekiel 7:15. All right. A matter of fact, yeah, con. Ezekiel 7:15, it says, the sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. So while everybody's, focused one way, this is why the prophets are set up, because we measure the times diligently, all right, meaning we pay attention to all of the different current events and things playing out in the world, man, because not only are we dealing with this chaotic election, which, hey, Lord willing, it could be the very last one that we have to live through, and a predictive program with shows like Purge election year, et cetera. Shit, man. Hey, who's to say this couldn't be the one, But even with this going on, man, you have a massive recalls on all the food due to the listeria outbreak, which is going unnoticed by a lot of people, man. But I've been, pretty much monitoring that shit, and it's crazy how much food is being recalled, man, at an alarming rate. So dealing with famine and dealing with pestilence at the same time, you're gonna be dealing with what? War, man. War. See? It says the sword is without, and that's going into these other nations, man. That's why North Korea, let's look this up real brief, tested an ICBM that could reach the U.S. Okay, let's look this up real quick. So while everybody's preparing for war, man, you people are in fucking la-la land. All you concerned about is who's playing, what football team, your favorite football team's playing, getting ready for Thanksgiving, and they already playing Christmas music. Man, I was out shopping the other day. These motherfuckers already throwing them enchantment time, man. It's like, hold up, man. It's like, we barely got into November and they already starting that shit, man. It's just showing you the minds of these people is completely under a spell, man. They trying to distract you every way they can, man, to not, be aware of the state this world is in, man. It's nothing nice coming. Okay? But yeah, this just went out. North Korea missile test days before U.S. election sends powerful message. What does it say? U.S. flies long-range bomber in drill with South Korea, Japan after North Korea missile test. So I didn't even know they did that. So now they running joint drills and shit. See? Let's read this part. It says the U.S. flew a long-range bomber in a trilateral drill. See, so the fact that these nations are running joint drills together, man, it shows you what time we in. It says with South Korea and Japan on Sunday, so yesterday, in response to North Korea's recent test firing of a new intercontinental ballistic missile that is designed to strike the U.S. mainland, the South's military said. On Thursday, North Korea launched a newly developed Hwasong-19 ICBM in the country's first test in almost a year. Now, it's no coincidence they did it, all right, at a time like this when tensions are at an all-time high. See, and that's why I mentioned earlier, it wouldn't be nothing for these devils to blame a cyber attack that shuts this shit down on any one of those nations, man. Right? So, hey, we know this shit's about to go down, man. It says, let me grab this, Ezekiel 7:15. The sword is without, and a pestilence and a famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him, man. Meaning what? When you go into Amos the 5th chapter, there's going to be no escape. There's going to be no escape from these hellish times that's going to come out on planet Earth, man. And if you have any type of, vision, you can see that all this shit is lined up to go ahead and take place. Okay. Once again, man, we know that there's been millions of foreign peoples, largely of which are military age men from these various nations that have been flooding over this place over the last several years, man. Thanks to your border czar, your VP, all right, who a lot of you Keishas is about to go fucking sit there and vote for, man. Which shows you people you're not even paying attention to what the hell is going on, man. Right? Here they are threatening a response, man. And you people are worried about what's for dinner, right? Who's playing who next? Okay. How you gonna get your kid the PS5 Pro? Man, whole time, and you talking about is GTA 6 gonna come out, man. Nigga, you gonna be living through GTA 6. All right, GTA 6 is gonna be the reality of your day-to-day life, man. Okay? Yeah, that was the point on that, though, because I wanted to grab that because, hey, ultimately, man, the plagues of Yahweh Ba'Shem Shah are beginning to hit, and it's getting to that point to where it's irrefutable. You're going to have a lot more family members and people inquiring, a lot more friends, asking more questions now that they see that we're in them times that we've been warning you people about, man. All right. Yeah, so like I said, we're going to see how these things play out. All right. You got everybody on edge, once again, even when you deal with the cost of living, this inflation, everybody's on edge, man. People are about to crash out, and we can tell you based on these scriptures, it's only going to get worse, man. So that's pretty much been the point, man. We know that we're at the end of this man's rulership. All right. And this is the reason why all these things are taking place. All right. But I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Shah, DTA Wah Baba Ball. Shalom.